Midnight Blues by Gary Moore. Now this is a really nice, relaxed, mellow bass line based on the minor pentatonic scale. And before we go any further, you do have a copy of the PDF with the tabs on it. If you don't, just drop me a WhatsApp or send me an email, I'll send you a copy. And let's get going to working with the first bar. We're going to focus more on what our fretting hand is doing. The opening riff, based from a C minor chord, it's going to start at fret number 8. That's your fret number 8. That note is C. Then I like doing a bit of a slide from around about fret 8 to fret 10, maybe even a bit lower sometimes. There's your slide. Gives a nice sort of gracious sort of feel to it. And then after that 10 that you've slid to, 8, 10 on the second string, and then 8 on the first string. So we're actually getting around the strings quite a bit, which is quite cool. So one more time. And then you pause a tiny bit, and you come back to that number 10 there, which is the beginning of the next bar. That note is also C. Deep C, octave higher C. So it's nice and low, and there's the octave. So it's actually using the minor pentatonic scale, which I'll show you now, to go from the root to the octave. And you finish off the phrase by going to fret number 10 on the third string, 8 and 10 on the second string. So slow motion, 2 and 3 and 4 and again. And if you look at the tab, the first line has got that phrase played through twice. So I hope you've got that going. Now I'm going to have to sit and just pause the camera for a bit and change our view, because we have to go into an F, which is right down here, fret number 1 on the 4th string. And we're going to play sort of the same phrase, the same sequence of notes, just from a different place. So it's 3 on the 3rd string, 1 and 3 on the 2nd string, 1 on the 1st, back to fret number 3 on the 2nd, and you finish off after a tiny pause, 3rd fret, 3rd string, 1, 3 on the 2nd string. So here we go, a bit more of a closer view. And then you go off the guitar-neck back to fret number 8. Got the whole bass in the picture now, so I'm going to take you through the entire introduction riff. It's a total of 8 bars in total. Basically C minor through twice, F minor through once, and then back to C minor once as well. And then we're going to break down the E flat G7 and finish off the song. Alright, I'd like to try and play with as well. It's a nice slow beat. And then also show you the C minor pentatonic at the end of the video as well. Okay, here we go. 2 and 3 and 4 and then it goes to E flat and G, and then F. 2 and 3 and 4 and that's it. Now just quickly on the E flat, I want to zoom in there. The note E flat, fret number 6 on your 3rd string. Nice easy rhythm. G, fret number 3. And I'm moving the guitar down for the F at the open, well not open, sorry, but 1st fret near the open string. And stop. 2 and 3, back to C now. And you're back to your riff. Now, I hope you got that. If there are any questions, please don't hesitate to send me a WhatsApp, and I'll definitely try and answer you as best as I can. Now we mentioned the C minor pentatonic scale. So this scale is going to start at fret number 8, and I want you to keep in mind at the back of your head what you've just been playing and try and listen for similarities. Now the scale, first of all, is going to go fret 8, fret 11, both on the 4th string, fret 8, fret 10 on the 3rd string, 8 and 10 again on the 3rd string, and you've 2nd string, sorry, and then 8 and 10 again on the 1st. So slow motion, this is your C minor pentatonic. 2, 3, 4, and backwards. Now I'd like you to maybe just go back a bit on your video and then play it through with me a few times just to get strong with the scale. But let's just do it one more time quickly before you do that. 2 and 3 and 4 and got that. Okay, now once we've got this, we can sort of improvise, because I'm hoping that you realize that this part of the scale is actually from the tune. So it's a little extra bit there is just an improvisational part using your minor pentatonic. So once you've got your scale under wraps and you've got this working for you, basic groove, sorry, let's try it again. There's the basic, and now improvise. Now obviously that was maybe a little bit too busy. It's all personal, so if you want to get busy, that's cool. If you want to keep it more simplistic, that's also cool. There's no wrong or right here other than what you feel suits the music best, and that's really your prerogative. It's your choice. So you can go. That also sounded cool. I can go. So you hear all the different variations around the original tune. So we started here and ended over here. Maybe change it. And you can really expand. So try and create your own. Maybe send me a video of you doing your own variations and ask what I think, and I can steal some ideas back. And I hope you enjoy it. Also, when you take it lower down to the F minor, for example, that same minor pentatonic scale will also work from F minor. So when you get to here, you can use that same scale to play around with. So it doesn't have to be quick. It's really your own interpretation. And I'm saying it a lot because I want to encourage you to be creative. Play outside the box. Don't just learn the phrase because that's what they're doing. Learn the phrase and say, how can I make it different? How can I make it more creative? Do I want to change it? Because sometimes you might feel that the original phrase is just perfect, but you've got choice, and that's what the whole thing's about. So get to know your scales, have some fun with it, improvise. If you're not sure if it sounds good, trust your ear. If it sounds good to you, it is good. And there'll always be someone that's a crit. We're just going to ignore them. Okay. Take care. Have a wonderful week. Ian.